What's going on, guys? I am here with a layout update here with McGuire Custom Trains, and we are working on the layout. Last time you seen the update, this was the yard piece. As you can see, we have removed all the track on the yard piece, and we have put foam down, and we have relayed the yard area, which it is 10 times better.
You want me to explain what all we did?
Sure. And here's Radisson, McGuire Custom Trains.
Oh, me. Hey guys, what's up? It's McGuire Custom Trains coming at you again. It's been a while, and wait a second, this isn't my YouTube channel. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? I'm here with Young Montana. He contacted me a couple of years ago, wanted me to build him a layout, and I didn't have the time. Well, I have the time now, thanks to a steady job, a steady paycheck, and life. So, he got a layout done by a gentleman in Aniana, Alabama. The guy claimed he was professional. He was not. The track was haphazardly set. It was painted more of like a children's table, and he did not use foam insulation board as a base. As someone who's built layouts both for private people and public display, I was almost appalled the price tag Montana Modes paid for this layout. So what I did was I took the time out of my 4-day weekend to come up here to Calera, Alabama, and coaxed him into ripping up all the track, starting completely over again, and using foam insulation board as a base. This right here will make the trains quieter, it'll make scenery a whole lot easier, and it's going to make terrain a whole lot more interesting on this layout, because we can now do culverts, smaller bridges, ditches, you name it, we can do it on this basically. This is going to be the first out of 2 yard modules that are going to be completed here within the next 6 to 8 months. The time period is set in multiple different eras, multiple different railroads, all revolving around CSX and Norfolk Southern operations here in Alabama. So what I want to do is I want to give the layout a theme of kind of Norris Yard meets Boyle's Yard here in Birmingham. And if you've been to either of the entrances, they're really kind of grand entrances, even though the public really isn't allowed in there. So what I want to do here is kind of remove the stickers ball wrapper, but it's going to be all dirt roads and gravel roads, because it's just easier in the end to do that for a railroad company. As you can see, I've got a lot of my military vehicles on here from my Department of Defense train that I've been working on. Even some of the DoD train is on the layout. So as you can see, the Humvees are kind of an angle, and they're going to be all the vehicles here will be parked at an angle for angle parking lot, because it's a lot easier to get vehicles in and out. There'll be one-way signs coming in and out, and a welcome sign stationed here, and some kind of yard office structure here.
We hope to get the BLMA yard structure.
The very first yard structure is this equipment shack right here, which is located right over here next to the caboose track. The caboose track can hold up to 4 cabooses, or maintenance-wise can hold up to a passenger car and a 60-foot flat. The engine facility has not been planned out yet. I'm hoping to talk Montana into doing some kind of 2 to 3 track engine facility, because if what he's saying is true, he's got more locomotives than he does sons. The rolling stock situation with Montana's layout is 3 operational pieces of rolling stock, and about 4 that I'm currently about to take and put on my workbench for repairs and updating.
But I do have all my grandfathers.
Hence why my DoD train is on here, just to test out what these radiuses can take car-wise, because Montana is kind of like me now. He likes running the larger equipment, the stuff that we see on a day-to-day basis come through this area, and he wants something that he can run the larger equipment, but it doesn't look toy-like going around the curbs and doesn't derail every chance he gets. So we're using the largest radius curbs available on the Cato market that we could possibly put. I ran my 89 footers on here, and they look pretty nice. The switches coming up, we're using large Kato switches as the lead tracks coming off every main line, even main industrial sidings. If it is, for example, a scrapyard, it'll be this switch. Anything inside the yard are smaller number 4s. And that number 1 increases the realistic look of the layout and the operations. And number 2 kind of throws things around for space. Because space was an issue with this module. I wanted to do something for Montana that could be functional, operation-wise, but yet still keep some kind of realistic standard going. And I feel that this does that. He did explain to me he wanted double track main. So what I talked him into was every point comes into a single track. This right here will be double track, but it'll be one big passing siding. That's what he wanted. And then it'll go into single track on these modules, go into another double track, going into a bridge, so forth and so on.
And the bridge will also be with a lift-out bridge.
Oh, goody.
The bridge will go over what we would call down here Cahaba River.
So, a lot of big things, and don't you worry, folks. For those of you who know Montana's history of starting layouts and tearing them up faster than I normally tear mine up, I threatened to beat this kid within an inch of his life if he even thinks about tearing down this layout I've been working on. Because struggling getting foam insulation board into a truck on a windy day at a Home Depot
Wasn't a very fun adventure.
No, it wasn't very fun. The fact that my best friend took my tie downs, not fun either. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. In the next day or so, we will paint the foam, get some hills. There will be a nice hillside right here, which I think will accent the fact that the main line is offset to the table itself in the beginning. And I did take a page out of a fellow YouTube model railroader and a Facebook friend of mine, DJ from DJ's Trains, explained, do not put your trains on the edge of the layout, they'll break. Well, Montana had one of my locomotives on the edge of a layout and it broke. So I explained to him that we're going to go off of what DJ says. This caboose track is going to be the closest these trains ever get to the siding, to the side of this layout. The fact that the main line is right up against the wall, we won't have to worry about trains toppling over.